Hello, pretties. Welcome to Vivi's Room. My name is Vivi, and I'm super glad you're here because today I'm going to be doing the Project Panner tag. And I know that you guys don't know this because I just started my channel at the beginning of this year, but I've been project panning for a couple of years now. I think I've started out either mid or late 2018 on my first just kind of at home, then on my Instagram, and then here. So I've been project panning for a little while. And I really wanted this tag. It was created by Sarah Rose, which is one of my favorite YouTubers. I literally watch every single one of her videos the day it comes out. So yeah, I love her. And she's amazing. She's cruelty free and I'm cruelty free. And I feel like she kind of understands me. So yeah, I really love her. Not that she knows who I am, but I know who she is. And I love her. And anyway, I wanted to do Project Panner tag. And I know a lot of people have been doing it. I'm kind of late to the game. And if you go on the YouTube search bar and if you put Project Panner tag, a couple of people are going to show up. I think I've seen in the last 3 weeks over 15 YouTubers do it. Some of my favorites have been doing it, like Christina Chang, and I've seen Jessica Lee. And yeah, there's a lot of people that have been doing it. So check it out. Anyway, if you're gonna I'm gonna have to address it because I addressed it when I did my book review. I did a book review of Rich People Problems, which was my book review for March. So I'm gonna address it in this video as well because I'm filming them both back to back. I know my eyes look crazy. I also realized they look crazy halfway to creating this eye look, but I was in too deep, okay? I was in too deep. I decided I had to do it. Had to just finish through, and I did. I finished the look. Does it look crazy? Absolutely. Do I regret it a little bit? A little bit. But I will say, this is the best I've ever gotten my blues to blend. So I am proud about that. I don't get but my blues look really bad, and I've always had a really hard time blending blues, but they look pretty good. I use my Lardy Los Angeles Party Animal palette. So the reason why I ended up using this palette is because and this is just a tip. Something that I like to do is to rotate through my palettes. Is to have a little container with all my palettes and single shadows written down, and then have them all folded up, and then just randomly pick one, and then I use that palette, and then in conjunction with other things, right? But I make sure to use at least 1 or 2 shades from that one palette. So I ended up pulling out Party Animals, which means I had to use this palette in. Is what I came up with. And I could have gone for other colors. It's like a mini rainbow palette. In retrospect, I should have gone with the pink. I didn't. So this is what it is. Let's just get to it because I'm going to be here all day. So there's 10 questions. I'll leave the questions down below if you're interested in doing this. Yeah. If you want to leave in the comments if you're decided not to make a YouTube video about it or whatever. Or on Instagram. I would love to hear your thoughts because I've been loving to hear everybody's thoughts on this. I just think it's so interesting. So question number 1 is, how long have you been project panning? I already mentioned this. I think it was either mid or late 2018. I'm kind of curious now. Hold on, let me go to my Instagram. Because whatever my Instagram says, it has to be a couple of months before that. Because for a while there, I was just kind of doing my own. I was seeing people doing it on YouTube, and I'm like, I kind of want to try this. So I was kind of doing it on my own. And then I tried to join the Fantastic Ladies, and they were like, well, you need to show us your progress so you can join. And so I was like, okay. So I did it. I will say, though, I haven't updated my Instagram in a while with all my projects. And the reason for it is because all my projects are now here on YouTube, and I just didn't feel like doing both of them. Okay. So this is July 2nd, 2018, when I posted my first Shop My Stash on Instagram. So I'm assuming it was going to be a little while before that. So it would have been maybe early to mid 2018 when I first started project panning. So I'm okay with that. So going on 2 years. All right, solid. All right, let's see here. What made you decide to start panning? What did you hope to get out of it? So right around this time, I'll be honest, I wasn't really much into makeup in high school or in college. It wasn't until I want to say 2017 and when I really started getting into it, and mid mid 2017 all the way to like mid 2018, I was buying so much makeup because I didn't have a collection. So I was just buying new things, trying new stuff, trying to figure out what I liked, and I was just randomly picking stuff. I didn't have a makeup collection, so it wasn't like a sorry guys. I have a husky. I'm telling you, her hairs are everywhere. And my face itchy. Okay, I think I'm good. Anyway, I was buying a lot of makeup, and then I realized I'm not really using it. And at this time, I was watching so many YouTubers because I was trying to learn how to do makeup and how to like blend and what's best for my skin type and what stuff and whatnot. And then I came across, I feel like I'm assuming it's Kelly Gooch or Andrea Mattiliano, either or. I'm not sure which one came first. But I started watching them two's YouTube channels. No, you know what? It had to be Andrea Mattiliano because I remember the specific video Andrea Mattiliano said that made me go to Kelly's channel. And because she had mentioned that Kelly likes to dupe palettes out of her own collection, I'm like, oh, I'm really interested in that. And I went to check her out and then I subscribed. And now Kelly's my favorite YouTuber of all time. So, yeah. That aside, I watched Andrea Mattiliano and she has a quarterly project pan. And I just randomly ran into her project pan. I'm like, I really want to do that. And then I saw Kelly doing project pans, and then that led me into Sarah Rose and Christina Ching and Jessica Lee and all these other amazing YouTubers that do a lot of project pans. And I'm like, I want to do that. I want to use up all this makeup because I realized I have a lot of makeup. Towards the end of 2018, my boyfriend was like, you're getting out of hand. And that's when I started to go into a low buy and then led into my 2019 no buy. And hence here we are. And I'm really glad because project panning definitely made me slow down in buying and made me go into my low buys and no buys and really start using it up, well, what I have. And pretty much everything has gotten really, I kind of reeled it in. I'm really making some progress through my lip products, and I think it's going to take me next year to really hold it in and have it exactly where I want to be. My eyeshadow palette collection, I kind of given up on it. But I do plan on doing a eyeshadow pan those eyeshadows next year to help me use my eyeshadows more. I don't necessarily want to finish them all because I realize it's really unrealistic, but I want to use them more. So that's something that project panning has really taught me how to do. I really want to make sure that I'm using everything that I buy and then I'm slowing down on what I'm getting. So that's my answer to that. How do you like to structure your project pans? Short seasonal projects, year-long rolling projects, or something else? Definitely rolling. I like the idea of taking something out, putting something back in. I really like the idea of being themed and having prompts. That's why the Fantastic Ladies are really fun and interesting to me, just because I really like that. I definitely like more short term. I understand that right now I have 3 year-long, or technically my pie project pan is longer than that, but it's more low stakes, so it can go on indefinitely. I really don't like year-long projects. So like my Partners in Cream, I am starting to get a little burned out by it. But so I definitely won't be doing that one next year. And I think that I'm trying to bring it out again the following year, but I'm just getting a little burned out. And it's nothing wrong with the project itself. It's just really long projects really wore me out, which is why I really didn't want to do a Panda palette this year because I did one in 2019. And I don't know why I decided to do one again this year, because again it's burning me out a little bit. And I love my Super Shocks, but I'm just gonna keep chucking at it, and I'm gonna finish the year strong, and I'm probably never gonna do a long project pan again. If I am, it's not gonna be like a Panda palette, like Panda eyeshadows. It's like it's small goals, so you can rotate through things easier, whereas my Panda palette, they're gonna be here for a while, all of them. And maybe that's partly my fault why I'm burned out on my my Partners in Cream project pan, because I put some products in there that I know are gonna be here for a while. In retrospect, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have done things that I can just keep rotating in and out, and maybe I would have felt a little better. But that aside, I prefer short-term project pans. Anything that's longer than 6 months, it definitely takes a toll on me. I prefer shorter projects. All right. What are your favorite ways to track your progress? Pictures. Pictures, making marks on them. Love to see that. that's pretty much it. So just making little lines, seeing the line go down, or taking pictures and see how much it's changed from this to this. That was easy. All right. What products have been the easiest for you to pan? I found that I'm actually a pretty good panner in the sense because I don't have a lot of things in a lot of categories. The only things that are out of control for me are highlighters, lip products, and eyeshadow. Everything else, I have pretty good handle on everything, and I go through products pretty easily. The hardest thing for me to pan would be eyeshadow and highlighters. Everything else, I can go through it in a very reasonable time. So there's that. And that goes into what products have been the hardest for you to pan. So highlighters and eyeshadow. I really have a hard time with those, but everything else I can chuckle right through. I can really finish a product up. Are there any types of products that you rarely or never put in a project pan? I never put mascaras in project pans, mostly because I only have one mascara open at a time. So it doesn't make sense to have mascara on a project pan when I'm going to finish it anyway, because it's the only one I've got. So I never put mascaras. Do you pan skincare or body care or strictly makeup? Not body care. Because it's one of those things where I usually only have one thing open at a time, and I don't have that many in backups or anything like that. So I don't have that. Skincare, I am very minimalist with my skincare. I only have what I've got. I do think I need to maybe put some hair products into my project pans because I got a couple of dry shampoos that I don't use, and it's mostly because I have a really dry scalp, so I don't need them, and I shower pretty often because I work out a lot. So every time I work out, I need to wash my hair, and I work out about minimum 5 times a week, sometimes 6, sometimes 7. I sweat a lot, so I have to wash my hair because it's all sweaty and it's nasty. And so I have all these dry shampoos that I've accumulated that I don't use. So I probably should do that. I haven't, but I probably should. And I have Project Pan perfumes here and there. I think I've only done it one time. So it's not like making it seem like it's happened more often than it hasn't. But it hasn't. I've only done it one time. So it's mostly always makeup. But I do want to, again, take a chuckle at those dry shampoos. All right. What is your number one advice for a successful project pan? Personally, is to not be project panning too many items. I am currently doing 4 project pans, but they're smaller. So I have my Pen palette, which is all my Super Shock shadows, which you can easily mix them up with other things. I have my pie project pan, which only has 4 items. My pie only has 3 items. My Partners in Cream that only has 4 items. I have what's it called? My Roulette Pan collab, which only has 6 items. So I don't like to pan too many items all at once, so that still gives me a little bit of liberty in trying to grab other things. And then something else that helps me is to not double up. So I don't have 2 highlighters. I don't have 2 blushes. I don't have... The only items that I feel comfortable doubling in is lip products, because I usually go through my lip products really quickly because I reapply a lot, and so I can usually double up on those and I'll get through them pretty quickly still. So there's that. But if you know you're not good at panning lip products, which I know a lot of people aren't, don't do that. I just know I'm really good at it, so I have no problem with it. And I'm currently double dipping in like highlighters, but one's too light for me, the other one's slightly too dark. So together they work just right. So I did that knowingly. All right, and last question is, has planning affected your makeup purchasing habits? If so, how? Yes, because I don't think there's anything wrong with buying makeup, so long as you're doing it in moderation. There was definitely a time where I was not using moderation, and Project Panning really because I've never worn makeup before. When I first started Project Panning, I didn't really know how hard or how easy it was to go through a product, and now I know kind of a good speed as to what I can buy and repurchase, and I can go through products where I'm not overwhelming myself. And I don't think my collection was ever at a point where I've seen other people that have like drawers and drawers and rooms full of stuff. My collection is not at that point, and I don't think it'll ever be at that point. Thank you, God. So I don't want to jinx myself, so that's not wood, but Knock on wood. I don't want to jinx myself. My collection is not at that point, and I don't think it ever will, you know? So that being said, but I definitely didn't know how hard it was to go through it. I currently have 11 highlighters. There was a time where I had 18, and I didn't know how to use highlighter, and I'm like, how did I get it so out of hand? So I started giving it away to friends, and mostly my sister, because my sister loves highlighter. If she misses if she can miss almost everything in her makeup and not her highlighter. She loves highlighter. So I gave a lot of my highlighters to my sister, because I was just getting completely out of hand in those categories, and I didn't know that highlighter was going to be one of the hardest things for me to pan, and I had to learn that. And now I don't buy highlighters. I'm going to have so many highlighters, and to finish them all, I'm not buying any more highlighters. So now I know. Yeah, the only area where I know I don't need anything, but I keep buying even though I know it's eyeshadow, and I'm okay with that. With lip products, I have seen them go bad, so I do kind of take it down a notch. I'm not trying to buy as much lip products, but I'm also trying to eat up what I've got. So yeah, that's it. That's all the questions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you do in the comments. Let me know if you have any of these similar issues or whatnot, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.